Traylon Burks is in motion. 3rd down 5. Here goes Johnson outside and caught. And that is the aforementioned Burks. And out of bounds, he's shoved. Campbell was there. 4th and 3. McNichols the back. Samuel on the move. Johnson to the air. Paul the block. And the swirling catch for a 1st down to the 39. Grabbed right there. McLaurin got it. 2nd down 9. Here they go. Caught again. McLaurin at the 25 and belted on the play by Michael Carter. Johnson is 5 of 6 through the air. And again he goes. Looking for his second option on the move. And a 1st down run. Finally grabbed at the 10. And he's terrific in yards after contact. 2nd down 4. Tries to slice. Nice play coming through. Trotter at the bottom. Got him. Threw him for a 1-yard loss. Back to the 6. 3rd and 5. First possession. Johnson to the air. McNichols the back to the end zone and incomplete. Jake Moody with his 3rd team that he has kicked for this season. And he'll try to put the Commanders up here late in the 1st. It is off the upright and points to the side.
And then even just the chance to know that if you win, you have another home game is gigantic.
McKee 1st and 10. Outside he goes. The backpedaling Smith. Whacked out of bounds there again by Jonathan Jones. 3rd down and 1. Bigsby is back there. The fake. And a block by the tight end Latu. And downfield they got him. That's Smith. And he'll pick up on the play. 26 yards. Did College Game Day for all, began it with ESPN. That's what kind of broadcast family they have. 1st and 10. Downfield. Texans got it. And he's inside the 20 on a strike thrown by McKee. Yep, the most ever for an Eagle tight end in their terrific history. 3rd and 7. To the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Grabbed right there. Cal Katera. What a throw by Tanner McKee. 15-yard laser.
They have utilized the tight ends so well. It's just a seam route, and McKee looks off the linebacker, throws it to him before the safety. Calcaterra.
As we mentioned before, the defense of the Eagles starters or backups have been terrific. 3rd and 7. Johnson to the air, hit as he throws. Caught at the 45, and here goes McLaurin, weaving his way into Eagle territory. And McLaurin already has put his fingerprints on this one. Here's the one, Rodriguez, who will take it, and he'll careen his way for a 1st down. Trying to answer the 15-yard touchdown pass by quarterback McKee of the Eagles, and Johnson to the end zone and incomplete. There goes a flag. Looking for Burks, and the coverage by Jacorian Bennett.
And this has been an issue for Bennett going back to the preseason. He's just too handsy.
Pass interference. Defense number 23. The ball will be placed at the yard line. It's 1st down.
Johnson, Rodriguez, and that is a touchdown. He'll bore his way in there.
They didn't get much push, but they got enough to have the ball break the plane of the goal line. I'd expect the Eagles to give him a lot of help the rest of this game.
It's 2nd down and 9 for McKee, and right on the money. Caught across the way. Darius Cooper had a terrific.
This would be a great play for the Eagles to take a shot deep.
They got Granson, the tight end, in. 2 of them, in fact. And there goes McKee underneath. It's Bigsby. Oh, he broke a beautiful tackle. And on the move. Galloping, blocking, diving. Wow, what a run after the catch. Tank Bigsby makes it go. It's a 1st and 10 at the 14 after the 32-yard catch and run. Outside they go, the tight end Granson. And drilled across the way, hit by Jones, picks up 5. Ross down to the 9. With the empty backfield, and McKee. Got a block over there from Campbell to the end zone and incomplete. 2. And they go with Rodriguez, who goes banging off bodies, and he's got the 1st down with the run to the 22. With Rodriguez, the running back, and Samuel again on the move. And Johnson to the air. Here comes Uche. There goes the pass. It's picked off. It's grabbed on the play by Hunt. Jalix Hunt. 3rd interception this season.
When you used to play safety at Cornell, Josh Johnson throws it out there too late, and Jalix Hunt. The Commanders as little time as possible after this third down play.
It's Shipley in the backfield. McKee to the air, and it's intercepted at the goal line and picked off here by Jeremy Reeves. From behind, he'll be taken down by Grimson, the tight end. And Reeves comes up with his
the same page on that route at all.
We have the single timeout. They come up the middle. He gets the pass away. Caught about the 35 with the tackle there. Jahad Campbell lining up again. 2nd down and 2 after the gain of 8. Johnson again to the air. Paul with the block and the catch near midfield. Grabbed here by McLaurin. Josh Johnson, second stint with Washington, setting up the blocking there. The pump fake and the run. Trotter will try to nail him and does, but not after the quarterback gets a first down. This will be a 56-yard try for the lead. With the wind at his back and a good-looking kick, and it is good from 56. A beauty by Jake Moody. Rodriguez the back, 1st and 15 with the penalty, back to the 28. It's Johnson, handoff Rodriguez, a record setter at Kentucky, and tackled eventually. Big game today, a lot of tackles, Mel, by Campbell.
If it gets close late, you might see 97 and 90 out there a little bit more.
It's an interesting thought. There's a high snap. Algaretti can't get. Oh, look at it. It's loose and recovered by the Eagles. Picked up by Trotter. Or was it Hunt? They got the ball on the fumble.
It might have come out a little bit hot, but Johnson took his eyes off of it. I'm not putting that one on Allegretti. He's had a couple that have been a little high, but
Hunt.
Josh Johnson has got to catch that, and Hunt has his 2nd turnover of the game already. This is some bad news Bear stuff.
So Hunt will get it. Washington with a -13 turnover differential.
Looks like he's gotten better over the course of the regular season with practicing these last 3 weeks.
Just got off IR. Shipley the back. 3rd and 9. Up the middle it goes. Caught by Covey. 3. Bigsby again cutting. Looking for another Calcaterra block. Who gives it to him? And he gets a first down. To the 6 and a gain of 5. 1st and goal.
Watch Latu, 36, the fullback.
3rd and goal. Bigsby. Touchdown! And the Eagles have taken the lead on a 2-yard touchdown run after the fumble by the Commander quarterback.
Watch Latu right here. He's going to lead the way for Tank Bigsby. It's pretty well blocked, but Latu comes through and just cleans it up enough, gets enough of Jordan McKee that Bigsby can power through for the touchdown.
And Toth, and you talked about him earlier on this drive, Toth with the nice block at the guard. It's 3rd down and 8.
Oh, what a move.
And the pass almost picked off and incomplete.
Commanders are showing pressure. Louvu off the top, so Tanner McKee just changed the play.
Williams the block, and up the middle it goes. Calcaterra bent backwards. Reeves got him. Ooh, he was bent in the wrong way.
Gives McKee a little more time to survey the defense.
Shipley the back, the fake to him. They go to Covey looking for a crack, and he finds it. And then Reeves will bring him down after the first down catch and run to the 48-yard line of Washington.
For Washington.
It's Bigsby. He'll cut, he'll stiff arm and drive for the first down. Bigsby has got one of the highest yards per carry average in the NFL. Picks up Shipley the back. Covey in motion. 3rd and 8. McKee, Covey, and knocked away. Beautiful play on that far side by Sainristil on a 39-yard try. This is into the wind. And he drills it home. And it's 17-10 Eagles. It becomes the biggest game in everybody's schedule, clearly. 1st and 10. Krosky at the back. And out of the backfield, they go to the tight end, Bates, who will carry a pile and get the first down. Catch and run to the 46. Josh Johnson, 12 of 20, 111. Handoff here. Krosky Merritt, and look at him work his way into the grasp of Hunt. Rodriguez the back, the fake, He'll look for Sennett. He'll throw in the back of the end zone. Caught for the touchdown, Bates. The tight end, Bates, who earlier on this drive had an 11-yard catch and run by the tight end, John Bates.
And he blocks for a second and then leaks out. Campbell had his eyes in the backfield. How about them getting both two-point conversions?
It's Bigsby in the backfield, and rolling is the quarterback, McKee, who finds the tight end, Granson. Hit on the play by Harris.
You know, with the one, because sometimes these guys he plays with are not getting separation.
Shipley the back, 3rd and 4. He'll sling a pass, and it's incomplete, looking for Dotson. A touchdown pass and a pick. 13-21 through the air. Rodriguez will wheel and find a gap and take it into the secondary, and brought down by Brown. And Mel is down to the 34 with the first down run. Here from the 32, 2nd 8 for Johnson. And he goes outside, and this will be caught. Rodriguez will take it all the way down with Campbell jumping on his back, and he runs. Jeremy McNichols is the running back. 3rd down and 7. They need the 4. Time for Johnson. Block over there. Connerly on the move, swerving, diving. It looks like he may have come close. Let's see where they mark him. Right at the yard to gain, the 4-yard line. Johnson, the fake. He'll run. He'll want to throw. He's going to get a touchdown. The Commanders have taken the lead. 1-yard touchdown run by 39-year-old quarterback Josh Johnson.
But for the Eagles, watch Keely Ringo, left side of the screen, okay? This is the football intelligence. Now watch when he comes out. Ringo's there, and then he just stops and runs the other way.
And turned right.
Oh, my goodness. You can't go look.
With under a minute to go, tied at 16 in Chicago.
Wow.
Shipley on the move, 1st and 10. Shipley gets the call, chased by Luvu, down the sideline. Look at the block by Cooper. A big-time catch and run. He's from their own 46. Quarterback Tanner McKee. Blocked there by Johnson. Downfield, caught. Oh, nice footwork over there by Dotson. 2nd down and 10. And he throws, and he's got his tight end on the play, Granson, a 42-yard field goal. And that kick is good, and the pass here is high and incomplete for the tight end, Granson. Sennett in motion. And the handoff here to Rodriguez, who tries to work. And boy, it's hard to bring him down. He is keeping it motoring, and he goes past the 36. 3rd down 4. Rodriguez the back. He gets the call and stopped. Big time stop right there. Davis, among others, on that line, along with Byron Young. They make the stop. Graham was in there, too, pulling off the pile trotter. Here they go again. Von Miller's got him. Von Miller brings him down with a sack. Von Miller. Miller just tied DeMarcus Ware, 9th all-time. Sack number 138. Here he goes, 4th and 18. McKee in a big play. Heaves it downfield and incomplete and out of bounds. Looking for Dotson.